Sometimes 12, 12:30 like that.
Okay, 12, 12:30. Okay, you're from Karnataka as well?
What, sir?
Which place you belong to?
Karnataka, Mangalore.
Mangalore you belong to. Okay, thank you very much, Hafsa. And Hafifa, everybody is glad to see you today, right? So, okay, so what is your usual dinner time and what's your work time? Hafifa, we can't hear you. We can't hear. Check your audio. Okay, I have typed something for Hafifa. Please check your audio. Okay. Okay, great. Nikita, hi, good evening. Nice to have you. How are you today?
I'm fine, sir. For you?
Okay, great. Finished your work or are you in the middle of the work? After this training, you have to get back to the work.
No, sir, I finished.
You completed. Okay, you are the only one who have completed the work today. The rest all they are working. Okay, fine. So, what is your usual dinner time?
9 p.m.
9. Okay, great. Brilliant. So we had a kind of a conversation that is very important in an interactive session. So we carry on to the training program. In between, we will stop and we'll do a word Antakshari we will play, right? And then we will carry on with some more slides. Okay, fine. So what I will do is that I believe we had a look at the preview of the training session yesterday. Did we had a look at the preview of the training session yesterday? We did or we didn't? Do anyone remember? Okay, if you don't remember, that's fine. I'm sharing my slide or screen now, I should say. So let's look at what are the slides which we have got today. Okay. You look here. So is everyone able to see my screen now? Can anyone say that are you able to watch my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. So this is it. Preview of the training program. I think we had a kind of a brief about yesterday what this training program is all about, right? So this training program is all about interaction.
Video honest.
Sorry. Okay. This training program is all about interaction, right? Interaction and listening skills. So this is what we will be focusing in this particular training program. And this is also 201 because you are there in 201. Why you are? Because your skills are certainly much better than those who are there in 101. So I can already see that because that's the reason why you are here. You're able to understand what's being said to you. You're able to respond very aptly as well, right? So we will see how we can make it better. So that is precisely what we will be doing that. So if you look at the next slide, so the next slide is kind of it's a foundation, because for any language, the most important thing is the foundation, which will be in terms of the vocabulary, right? So this is something which we will be building. We will play a word and Antakshari. I'll give you some difficult words. Let's say you are able to understand and make sentences into that. We will do a kind of a quick round. And so any language is all about the basket full of words. So so once you have these words, then you will be able to frame a sentence. and you will be able to start using it in your day-to-day wherever required, right? So that is how you master a word. See, even today, when I go through newspaper, if I'm reading some article in the news, because news is available on your phone as well, right? I may not know that word. So the first thing what I would do is that I would Google that. I will see what's the meaning, and then once I see the meaning, that will get into your mind, right? But if you really want to remember, it's a difficult word. You might have to do it twice or thrice. Then it will get stored, right? So, and then you will have a new word. You know the meaning. So that's how you improve your vocabulary. You get better than where you are. Okay. The next thing is that importance of English in today's corporate world. So we will discuss this with you. So I'll throw it to as a kind of an question to all of you. Let's see what you have to think. So let's start with Bhumika. Bhumika, what do you think, according to you, is the importance of English in today's corporate world? Do you think English is very important in today's corporate world?
Yes, sir. Because in the corporate world, English is very important because
Okay.
it's like I'm not getting words to say.
Try.
Yeah.
Good.
If we get a chance to relocate from this place to another place, then the people may not know our language. So English becomes main communication to speak with one another.
Absolutely brilliant. That becomes a kind of a connecting language.
Yes.
Connecting language with everybody. Suppose, for example, if you have to come to very good point, Bhumika, because if you come to Tamil Nadu, then what will happen is that you may not know Tamil, or else vice versa. If I come to Karnataka, I may not know Kannada. So if I have to talk to Bhumika or Bhumika have to talk to me, then we'll find a common language, connecting language. So that's this language, right? So very important point. And so I'll ask another participant. Yes, Nikita. So what do you think is the importance of English as a language, or maybe in the corporate world?
In corporate world, everyone should know at least basic English to communicate. That is one point.
Yeah.
And you can show your skill, like that is one of the language you know.
Absolutely. Okay, brilliant. Couple of good points. So can I go to Suprita now? Suprita, what are your thoughts on this subject?
I think communication language, sir. Connecting all people.
Okay. Anything else you would like to add?
No, sir. Yes.
Okay. I go on to Saranya now. Saranya, what are your thoughts?
Yes, sir. English is very important because if we travel to other places,
Okay.
we need to communicate. So we may not knowing their language, or they may not be knowing our language. So the common language is English.
Mm-hmm.
We have to. So English is important, and also in interview we have to speak in English only. No other language is allowed, so English is important.
Okay. So your interview in Desi Crew, was it in English?
I didn't had any interviews.
Or you directly got selected?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But good point, Saranya, because usually any corporate company, what they do is that they conduct their interview in English. So that is another thing. So what you're trying to say is that for the job as well, English is a very, very important thing apart from connecting. Right. So how about Kanchana? Kanchana, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, English is very important to interact with other people, sir.
Okay. So do you interact with others in English?
No.
Okay. But do you have someone who can talk in English whom you interact, but you're not
Yeah. Some of my friends, while chatting especially.
Okay, chatting. That's a good, because after WhatsApp, I'll tell you this WhatsApp, yes, there are so many good things about this WhatsApp as well, because when you're typing, I realize, because when we are discussing some important topics, because each group, you might be a part of the groups, when you're discussing something, especially men, what they do is that they discuss about sports, or they discuss about politics, or they discuss about other things. So you're able to articulate your thought. What do you want to say? You're able to put in the word, right? Other than that, you don't get an opportunity to do that. So that is very, very good thing. But in terms like need to find a speaking buddy as well, whom you can talk on a regular basis, right? So that is something, once everybody find, then it becomes very easy to interact, and then we keep, see now what we are doing, we are interacting, right? So this has to happen on a regular basis. Okay, great. So again, thank you, Kanchana, because you are saying it's a connecting thing, which is very important, and you're able to speak to your friends as well at some time. Great. So let's go to Hafsa. Hafsa, what happened to your camera? You switched off. And please come online. The same question to you as well. Rashmi, I request you to check with both Hafsa and Hafifa and just see what's their issue, right? Sometimes they're able to hear, they're not able to hear, and I'm talking to them, they're not responding. Just check what's the problem with them. Okay, thank you. Okay, great. So brilliant. So that is precisely, we got a lot of these pointers from you. So see, English is something, let's look at the legacy of English. English is something, it's not our language. It's not a Malayalam, it's not a Tamil, it's not a Kannada, it's not a Hindi. It has come from, of course, England, right? And how it has come to India, it has came quite long time ago. Britishers were here for more than 300 years. So what they did is that they left this language in our country. And why? Because see, once they, conquered this country, if you can call it, then what happens is that to communicate with everybody, they needed a language. Yeah, that language was English, of course. So they ensured that this language is there in the school, there in college, people start communicating, and that's how this language came into our country. Otherwise, we would be like, see, if you look at in Europe, there are many countries in Europe, they don't know much of English. Like Germany, English is not that important. They give preference to only German. Take, for instance, Japan. Japan is something, again, most of the things is in Japanese. It's not in English. Okay, for instance, China as well. China is now changing because they're getting into the international English thing, because they will get the benefit of English and they will be able to serve customers overseas. So that they're getting into the thing. So a brief history about this is that how this language has come into our country. This is how this language has come into our country. Now, since it has been there for a long, long time, now this has become an official language for us. This is one of the 14 language, which is Constitution says this is one of our official 14 languages. So English is one of them. Now, the thing is that let's look at the benefit and the importance of it is in the corporate world, right? So now, though it was imposed upon us once upon a time, now but become an important business connecting point, very, very important, because if you are working on some overseas process, from any country, it could be US, UK, or anywhere, right? So that they are giving this process to us only because we know this language. Maybe the people who are working, they may not know, but those who are interacting with client, they know. Those who have got this business, they know. Otherwise, how will you be able to communicate and connect? So this is one important thing. So right, so this language will also become an international communication language, right? Now, because more than 50 to 65% of the international population, they understand this language. There are many places in Africa where English is one of the official language which everybody use, right? In Europe, right, there are many countries like UK, of course, and there are other countries in terms of the business world, they understand. Northern America, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. So these are the languages, right? These are the places where the language, English language is very, very often, very, very commonly used, right? Now, and also look at the media, right? Anything there on the media, if you look at the big media and all, it is all covered in English again. It is all covered in English, right? Now, and also it is an important thing for the socializing as well. Suppose we are socializing with each other, then how do we socialize? We socialize. This can be again like Kanchana just mentioned a while ago. WhatsApp. Again, it is something which is a socializing medium. Facebook could be also a socializing medium. This again, these are the things which is there all in English. So the point that I'm trying to make is that, so this is something become very, very important language. So the importance of this particular language is that this has become a kind of an corporate language, right? And which is very, very important. So so you might think, people might think, why learn English? Why learn English is that because if you want to be in the corporate company, and if you want to grow, if you want to develop, if you want to go to the next ladder, this is very, very important. You can see that in the picture, there's a plane which is making and landing. So if that's the landing, that signifies like you're landing in the corporate world, right? So there is no harm in bettering this particular skill. So this skill could be in terms of listening, in terms of speaking, then of course in terms of writing, right? So we will cover that as well in the course plan in terms of the email or in terms of the reading, right? So that is very, very important, right? So this is precisely what this is about, right? So we will go to the next particular thing, right? So the next slide is like what's in it for me, right? If you don't understand, if you don't know this word, just write it. Make a note of it. I'm sure you might all have a pen and paper handy, right? So please have a pen and paper handy, and these are the words which you can use it in your vocabulary, right? So this is a training word. So any training which will start with kind of what is in it for me? What's the benefit for me? Why me? Those kind of a thing, right? So this is what it is. What's in it for me, right? So what's in it for me? What's the benefit of this particular thing? So let's do a quick round. Let's make it interactive. Let's ask what are the benefits. So I'll go around the thing. Now I'll start with who can I start with? Okay, I'll start with okay, Suprita. So what's in it for me? So WIIFM is what is in it for me. Now see, anything you do, no, you ask somebody, a kid, please do that. The kid will say, why should I do that? Right? What's the benefit for me? So once you understand the benefit for us grown up, then we will strive towards that. That's very important, because once you understand, oh, these are the benefits, or this will help me, or this is how it will do. Okay, great. And if I have to be in the corporate world, this is something which is very important. Then we will start doing it, right? So that is something in your mindset from your here. Okay. So Suprita, what's in it for me? if we learn this language, what is the benefit for us? Now, individual benefit. You understood the question? You didn't understand. Okay. Simply, if I have to put it across, what's the benefit of English for you, for Suprita?
Speak to all people in.
I couldn't hear you. Sorry. We couldn't hear you. You understood the?
हाँ sir.
Okay, fine. तो बोलिए क्या है? What is it? What's the benefit?
Speak to all.
Okay, हिंदी में बोलिए, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. If you understood, tell हिंदी. Yeah.
मेरा लैंग्वेज को किसी का नहीं आता है. उससे सॉरी सर, मैं आई कांट सर.
Try.
Okay,
This is-
Saronan, just let me give a try over here. So, Suprita, just think it this way. For example, like suppose now after this entire detached course, maybe at the end of April, definitely there will be some improvement and you'll start speaking. If you learn to speak English in confidence, then what will be the benefits? What will be the use for you? For example, think it in such a way, like you manage a team, right? You manage a team. So where can you use English there? While you're managing a team, tomorrow, right now, you don't talk in English, right? Do you talk to your team in English? Do you talk to your team in English? Okay, do you talk to any clients?
No sir.
Okay, so if you learn English, then
I will talk.
yeah. Yes, Arun.
Okay. Okay, that's all right. Suprita, I'll ask another participant. You will understand. That's okay. If see, the important thing about this one, there are two things here. Suprita, one thing is that maybe you didn't understand what is the question, but I believe you understood. Now this is where you have to articulate. You are not expecting I'll ask you this question. Correct? Now this is where you have to stay calm and ensure your brain, because you know this, because I've spoken to you for several times. I'm sure you will be able to do that, but you are not expecting this to come to you. Okay, so suddenly what happened, or what I say, right? Then your mind thing takes over. So this is see, we are learning this one. This will happen. Suddenly something they put across, you're not expecting, then what happens is that how do I do? So we have covered this as well, how to stay calm, how to think cool. When you think cool, your mind will work. Okay, so I don't know whether you knew the answer, you didn't know the answer, but this is a good learning thing which we have learned, to stay calm, and then what will happen is that your thought process will come, because I know your language ability, you are able to speak well, right? So that is something, and that's why you're there in 201. Okay, brilliant. So I believe this question is clear. I'll go to Nikita. Nikita, I'm sure you would have understood.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes. What's your take?
I think my grammar will improve.
Okay.
I'll be more confident in communicating to others in English.
Fabulous.
Then, yeah, it brings a little self-confidence also.
Brilliant points. All three very important, brilliant points, right? Grammar, your communication, and your confidence, that is also very important, because you get confident, right? So that is very, very important, right? Why I said about the Women's Day, which falls on, I don't know whether I said in this batch or the previous batch. So it's on March 8th. So the thing is that women also have an important role to play in today's society, in the corporate world as well. And Desi Crew is a testimony to that, because more than 80% of the employee workforce is of women in Desi Crew, like you. There is no single male here apart from me and Yashashvi here, right? So all are women. In other group as well, there is one group where there is only one guy who is attending the training. Rest all are ladies, of course, or female, right? So the thing is that brilliant points, Nikita. So this is precisely what it will do. You have given a lot of inputs. So so let's go to Bhumika. So I hope Bhumika will have a few points up sleeves. Hopefully she can enlighten us with that. Yes.
Same as Nikita said. Mainly, as you asked the first question, in the corporate world, it's very important to get a job. It's very important. English language.
Okay.
Anywhere you go,
Okay.
English language is very important. Firstly, they'll ask, they'll be asking, English. That's the main question.
Okay.
Even in our locality, we should be knowing English to get a job.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's it, sir.
Okay. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. Great. So thank you, Bhumika. So the thing is that okay. Now, Kanchana, you want to add something here?
No, sir, same.
Okay. Same meaning what? Same. Do.
Sorry, sir?
Any other points you want to add, or all this is covered?
No, sir, I can talk confidently if I know the language.
Okay.
And I can connect with more people, as English is universal language.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good point.
So that we can learn many more words.
Okay. Absolutely. Okay, great. Thanks, Kanchana. Hafsa, how's the mic with you? Hopefully you're able to hear us. Okay, right. Now, brilliant. So I think most of the things has been covered from all of you, right? So I have made it a little bit crisp in terms like we will be discussing about the long term and the short term benefit, right? So what are the long term and what are the short term benefits of this, right? So let's see that, and I'll share with you now. I'll share my screen. Okay, so the short term is that Nikita, I think she pointed this thing out beautifully, like the boost the confidence. That's very, very important, because we are there in the corporate world. We have to grow. We have to go to the next stage. So this is something very important. Tomorrow, when you grow, you become TL or maybe some other senior position. Then what will happen is that you might have to interact with the client. You might have to send an email, right? You might have to address a meeting. There would be somebody who is a senior person who would be sitting in the meeting. So all these things are very, very important confidence thing, because otherwise what will happen is that you will feel a little bit not confident about this particular thing, right? So that is something very, very important. And yes, it will create more opportunity to learn, because we talked about, I believe someone said just now that about the WhatsApp and all, or maybe the social media and all, right? It's an opportunity to interact, right? You can learn more, because there are a lot of things which is there on the YouTube which might be on English, right? The TED Talk, I'm not too sure, because whether you know, we'll talk about that when it comes. It is covered in the lesson plan. right? There are a lot of interesting videos, right? And there are many speakers who are from India who will speak in our language, but there are a lot of speakers in our country itself. They will be speaking in English. They might be covering a lot of important aspects, right? We can definitely benefit from that, right? So knowing this language will help you in a big way, right? And it's a connecting language, because all of you have said that it's kind of a connect, because you go to any other place apart from your own place, then so it becomes also a kind of a connecting language, right? Then you can also understand your process well, because I'm sure your process course material would be in English. Maybe for some local language process may not be, but other process it will be in English. So once you know this language, it will be easier for you to understand, right? And look at also your entertainment part. Another thing, it opens a new avenue to watch and listen, right? I'm sure all of you might be watching movies or listening to music and those kind of a thing, right? So let's also understand some of the good movies are also produced outside India, right? I'm sure Indian movies are good as well, but there are a lot of good movies which are produced outside India, which is produced, of course, in America, Hollywood. Now, if you want to understand this movie, what they are saying, right? So it could be a different kind of a movie, right? It could be a real founder, real story, or real drama, or something like that, which will give you a lot of lesson of life lessons. And at the same time, when you watch, you will be learning something from that as well, right? So once you know this language, if you're not comfortable, if you can't understand the language, then what you will do is that you probably will avoid it, right? So that is something which will do. Then you will be able to listen to a lot of great musics, which is of course in India as well, but outside as well. They make good music, so you will be able to understand the lyrics and all, right? So these are some of the benefits for you in short term, which could be short term could be 6 to 2 years and there about that till you learn. And then you will ask me, is there only all short term benefit? There is no long term benefit? No, there are many long term benefits as well. Your personal development, because your personality is also built about not only about your look, the way you dress and those kind of a thing, how you speak, right? The kind of language you use, right? So this is something which will definitely will help you, and it will also give you an opportunity to lead, right? You will be able to lead a process or lead or grow in your work. So that is something which will also happen. And I already said that about the client interaction and about your personal growth, right? So these are some of the benefits which will come along with this one. The thing about like what is in it for me, right? So it talks about what's the benefit for me, right? What is in it for me, right? So what we have done is that we have covered more than what we have to cover today, right? So what we probably will do is that we will do a kind of a short activity, right? And then what we would do is that we will also, I'll also give you some sort of words, right, where you can make some sentence of these particular words, and then we will discuss that tomorrow in the class as well, right? So let's do something now. Let's play something like in word Antakshini. We will start here. We will play in word Antakshini, and so I'll give you a word. I'll give it to one participant. So let me also tell you how it works. How it works is that I will be giving a word to you, right? So what you will do is that, for example, I'm giving a word, the red, right? For example, red. So the first word, I'll make a sentence with this particular word. I will say, red is one of my favorite color, right? So that is a sentence. Now red ends with which word? D, right? So the next participant will think of a word which starts with D and then make a sentence and nominate the next person, right? And it goes along like that. Okay, So the first word, let me make the first thing, confidence, right? So confidence. So let me make a sentence for confidence. Yeah. English is one such skill which definitely will improve my confidence. English is one such skill which definitely will improve my confidence, right? So this is one word which I have made. So the word, one sentence rather, I have made. So the word is confidence, and confidence ends with which letter? E. Very good. So I pass it on to Bhumika. Bhumika, you have to think about a word, right? And make a sentence. I'm sure you know what to do. And you nominate the next person.
Elephant is an animal which lives in jungle.
Elephant is an animal
which lives in jungle.
Okay, brilliant. Elephant is an animal. Very good. See, very good sentence, Bhumika. See, rest of the participants, why did you use an? Why didn't you use an A, Bhumika?
Because for vowels A, E, I, O, U, an is used. Used as prefix.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Fantastic. Okay. So A, E, I know we are not too much into the grammar, but if you want to make a note of it, right, the word A, I, E, U, right?
O, U. O,
U, right? So these are the words, right? When you have this word, you will not use a, you will always use an and. Brilliant. Okay. So Bhumika, what's your sentence again? Can you repeat your sentence?
An elephant is an animal which lives in jungle.
Brilliant. So what's the word which you have to give to and whom you are giving? The word is tea.
Animal. I can choose any word from that sentence, right?
No, the word is like only the word will go around, not the sentence. So the word
animal.
Elephant. Elephant ends with what letter?
Elephant. Okay. T.
T.
Elephant. Yeah.
And whom you nominate this?
Nikita.
Okay. So Nikita, on to you. First think about
Tea is liked by everyone. Tea.
Tea liked by everyone.
Tea is liked by everyone.
Okay. In saying this, Nikita, I'm also doing some correction here. Tea is liked by everyone. It becomes a universal statement, right? For example, I want to counter that. I say, no, Nikita, I don't like tea. I like coffee, right? Somebody will say, no, I don't like either. I'm a teetotaler, right? So instead of saying that, tea is one of the favorite drink. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. Fine, sir.
Okay. So now what you're doing is that you're not making a universal statement. So when you say tea is liked by everyone, then what will happen is that others will say, no, we don't like. So you're modifying that sentence. Tea is one of the most popular or most favorite drink. So you are not challenging anyone, but you're making a statement. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Very good, Nikita. So what's the word and whom you're passing it on?
Word is A. I pass it on to Sharanya.
Okay. Sharanya, please.
Seems like Sharanya is looking for a very tough one. She's thinking a lot.
I thought so.
I'm not getting any word from A.
That was a good joke, Yash.
No, because the first thing came into my mind was A for apple. So, but I was thinking like, okay, Sharanya is thinking very deep. So it will be.
Okay.
Okay,
Sharanya.
I'll go for attend. A, attend. So I don't attend any interviews because I'm scared to communicate in English.
Okay. Can you repeat your sentence?
I don't attend any interviews because I'm scared to communicate in English.
Okay. See, now, brilliant, right? Let me just scrutinize your statement now, or maybe the sentence. You said, I don't. What will come? Anyone wants to correct it? Correct, because we are all learning. I'm also learning. I didn't.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't. I don't meaning it is in the present time. I didn't. It happened already. You're there in the company now. So I didn't attend. Right. So that will be one. So let's look at your statement. I don't attend any interviews. So it's not interviews. It is only interview. One interview. So it will be only singular. It will not be plural. Okay. Great. So let's modify your statement. We will modify your statement as like, I didn't attend any interview. I didn't attend any interview to join basic group. Sounds better, Saranya?
Yes, sir.
Sounds better?
Yes.
So don't will become didn't. Interviews will become interview. I didn't attend any interview to join basic. Okay, brilliant, very good. So let's, what's the word and whom you're giving it to?
Letter is D.
Okay,
Giving it to Kanchana Shetty.
yes, Kanchana, go for it.
D, right?
Yes, D.
Dog is my favorite animal.
Dog is your favorite animal. Okay, dog is your favorite animal. Okay, dog is your favorite animal. Fine,
Yeah.
great, favorite animal. Okay, so what's the word and whom you're giving it to?
L.
You said dog, right? Dog is a word.
Okay. G. G.
G. And you have to pass it to someone, right?
To Rashmi.
Okay. Over. Rashmi, you're there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Rashmi. Rashmi was certainly not expecting this to come to her.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now it has come.
I don't eat grapes. Hello?
Yes, yes.
I don't eat grapes because I'll eat grapes, I'll get cold.
Okay. I don't eat grapes because I eat grapes, I will get cold.
Yes.
Okay. What was the word actually? What was the word actually?
G.
G. Okay, grapes. Okay, I don't eat grapes. I will get cold. Okay, grapes. Because I may get cold. Because I will get cold. That's fine. Okay, great, Rashmi. That's very good one.
Rashmi has, along with the sentence, she has also shared a health tip.
Okay, but I thought grapes is something very popularly eaten.
Yeah, but some of them say that. Even I have heard of it. Like it catches, people having grapes get cold. They say that.
Yes.
Okay, they say.
I'm not sure why, but yeah, they say that.
No, they say. It's a lot of people. They are very, very particular about eating anything.
Right.
They will create cold.
Even this the orange. There are two types of orange. One we say Musumbi, and the one is normal orange.
Yeah.
So they are also the same thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's there. But our immunity system will take care unless and until we are completely. But also it depends on from childhood how you have been brought up and how you are brought up and all those.
Right.
If that's the case, great. So brilliant. So
Rashmi wants to nominate someone. Anyone left out?
Afifa and
Afifa
others,
and
what happened? You
Afsa is
had an
not
opportunity to talk to them, Rashmi, Afifa, and another.
Yes, sir.
What's their issue?
Afifa is her microphone is not working,
Okay.
and Afsa is facing internet issue.
Okay, Afsa is facing an internet issue. Okay, fine. Great. Hopefully they will be back.
No, but Rashmi, you can still pass on the question. You can nominate Afifa because Afifa, she can just drop the sentence in the chat box.
Okay. Word is S.
So
Grapes.
Afifa, can you hear us? If yes, then you can just drop your sentence. You can pick a word from the letter S and drop in the chat box. Okay, so I think she was not there. So yeah, she's there. She replied yes. She's thinking.
Okay.
So letter is yes, Afifa. If you can hear us. Yes. The last letter is yes. Okay, so she has picked the word strong. And what is the sentence, Afifa? Okay, so at the meanwhile, Sarvan, I'm good that you have brought up this session here. What I'm thinking is to give a continuity for the session, maybe after the training session, we can continue this activity as an ongoing activity for everyone in the group.
Yeah, definitely.
Because people will start making some sentences, some good points will come in, we can correct them. So they'll come across new words.
True.
So I think this batch can carry it forward there for the rest of them.
Absolutely. We will announce in the group as well. We will put it there, and so everybody will get involved. So we will probably that day's winner will take the charge, and he or she will nominate the next person. It will go on like that.
Correct.
And Rashmi will drive it. So we will do that. Great. So I think we are there about that time where we are coming to the end of this particular session. Right. So these sessions are going to be interactive like this only. Right. So we will have few sheets of Excel or maybe PowerPoint, I should say, where we will discuss and then we will do this kind of activity, right? So it will be spontaneous, something will be planned, something will be spontaneous. Have you seen, you would have already seen. So this is how we will carry it forward, and I'm sure all of you are enjoying, right? So this is something that's a benefit of being interactive. That is very, very important, right? So I'll give you 3 words, right? So please make a note of them, right? So the first word would be you will have to make a sentence of these words. So you will be bringing it tomorrow to the class, and then what will happen is that we will discuss these sentences, and there will be small error. See, always have let's have an attitude of learning. So the thing is that I'm sure you will try your best to make a sentence, but there might be something wrong, or there might be something grammatically wrong. There could be something in terms of the way the sentence is formed is wrong. So my task would be only to help you. My task would be only to help you to correct that, and also you get on to that in terms like you understand that error. Right now I corrected few sentences today, right? Understand what is the correction, right? And make a note of it. I'm sure all of you have a pen and a notebook. Keep a separate notebook for this. Don't mix for the other notebook. So keep making these notes and see those errors and see how you can correct them. And once you do that, then that will be one correction for you. So that will be one proper use of the language, right? So let me give you the sentences for you. The first word would be pandemic. So this is a common thing which is used. Pandemic, right? If you want the spell, or else if you got it, great. Pandemic. The next would be outbreak. Outbreak. And the last one is astonished. The last word is astonished. I've written it here, astonished. Right? So if you don't know this word, fair enough. What you do is that you can Google the word. Right? You can Google the word, but ensure the sentence which you make is your own. No matter it is wrong, it's fine. And feel happy if it is wrong, because you will have an opportunity for the trainer to correct it. And if you work on that, then you will make it right. And if you do it for 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, then what will happen is that that's a correction which you will have. Right? So I've given these 3 words. I've written all the 3 words, outbreak as well. Right? I've written this word as well. So these are the 3 words. So make sentence of these 3 words, and we will discuss our answers there in the class for tomorrow. And thank you everybody. It is that part of the night where it is 9:30. So we call this end this session here, and I'm sure we all had a good session, and I would look forward to see you all tomorrow the same time tomorrow evening. Until then, see you everybody. Have a great evening. Good night.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you. Bye bye.